Well, if it's Friday, it is time for the About Mansfield Consumer Advice Series. I'm Steve Casillo. Welcome for being here. Welcome for being here today. I'm always in a jovial mood when Phillip Washington Jr. is in the studio, and he's in the studio today because there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes, and we do a lot of joking around, don't we?
Absolutely. Lots of it. Fun times.
Yeah. So
We should have recorded from the bar last night. That would have been a good one.
oh yeah, we did have fun at the bar last night. Anyway, today, outsourcing your 401k, and specifically the title that you've chosen for this segment is heldaway 401k management. And to someone who, the layman, number one, what does that mean? What is heldaway 401k management? Let's start with that.
That is and always as always an amazing question. So 401k, I'm going to keep it super simple, right? So technology has gotten to a level to where, well, first let me tell the problem. The problem is like most people don't want to manage their 401k plan, or they don't know how to manage their 401k plan, and their advisor or wealth manager can't manage their 401k plan because they're not the company that is hired to put the investment options in the 401k plan. So, they'll have options, but the advisor or wealth manager can every quarter or whenever they meet for annual reviews, review it and make after the fact recommendations, every time, but they can't do it in real time. They can't rebalance in real time. They can't make adjustments in real time. They can't see what's going on and make changes. When new funds are in there, they can't add in new funds and track out new funds based on as crypto or other innovation funds get added. The client's just like, I just get like an email with all these things and I don't know what it is, and so they're not managing it. So that's the problem. And so the solution that was created is held away account management, where there are technology companies that they aren't the ones that are managing. They're not the 401k company for it, but they can send instructions to the client's account for what to buy and sell on their behalf from their wealth manager or advisor, right? So no matter where the company is, no matter who has the assets, no matter what company they work for, if it's a U.S. company, they're able to create a communication system with their wealth manager to send instructions to the client's 401k and buy and sell on the client's behalf after authorization, right? And manage their 401k and see everything and manage it in real time, which is a game changer.
So if taking my 401k, if I'm working for a large corporation and I can move it to a wealth manager instead of having it managed just like everybody else in the office by one person, is there a fee to have this done by a wealth manager, and is the fee worth it?
Yep. So good question. And let me clarify one point so nobody gets confused. Typically you would have to move it, right? That was the old way. You'd have to move it. Held away means you don't have to move it. The account stays where it's at. You only now have the ability to have the wealth manager tell the 401k company what to buy and sell on your behalf, as you would do, right? Because if you were in a meeting with your wealth manager, in real time they could say, all right, push this button, do this to trade your funds, right? Now the communication system for your wealth manager to send instructions to the company where it's at, right? Because it's held away from your wealth manager.
Right.
They can do that. But yeah, there's a fee, or at least our firm charges a fee for doing it, and the fee is the same fee that I charge for managing wealth management accounts at the firm. And so the question becomes, is it worth it? That's up for the client to decide. But I will tell you, studies show that a managed account tends to do better over time than a non-managed account for obvious reasons. But the emotional reason is just when you have a plan and you have a process and it's executed without fear, right, or greed, which is what the wealth manager helps you do, right? They help you manage your emotions. You don't get too fearful when the market does something in the short term that's quote unquote scary, and you also don't get too greedy when everybody's piling into the funds that performed the best over the last 12 months, but may not be the ones that are going to perform the best over the next 12 months over time. And so the wealth manager says, what are your goals? What's your time frame? What's your risk tolerance? Let's mix the portfolio together with the right mix to help you reach your goals. And then let's stick with that in a disciplined, systemized way over time to help you reach your goal. And that's what adds the professional alpha to a managed portfolio, which is different than trying to time the market and beat the market every month, every week or every quarter, which is a tough game to do.
I know that you and I have talked about your style of wealth management, which is imagination, of knowing, first of all, knowing history, and because nothing is new in life, and knowing your history has a way of not really predicting the future, but using your imagination. And so going with a wealth manager is somewhat of a benefit, as opposed to using a corporate 401k fund manager who is taking care of everybody in the office.
Yeah, you hit it on the nail. But here's one thing though that you'll find too, because in the wealth management industry, and everybody sees this, wealth managers are susceptible to not having imagination. As a matter of fact, 99% of them don't have an imagination, right? But I still think they provide value over and above, doing it yourself, because they're going to give you a systemized, disciplined process versus a non-process. It's like saying, am I going to get better results on my exercise by having a coach or not a coach? By a coach, right? Now, if you get a coach that is open-minded, which is what I call imagination, to new techniques and opportunities, meaning, you look at LeBron James' coach or Steph Curry's, I'm talking about their personal training coach,
right?
Or Vince Carter's coach, right? These guys that their bodies are doing things that, humans couldn't previously do for a longer period of time, right? They are open to new technology and not just the old ways of doing things. That's an added bonus if you get a wealth manager like me that has an imagination. But even if you didn't, it's still a valuable thing to have a wealth manager who has a process when you don't.
And this is something that Stonehill Wealth Management offers, is managing individuals' 401ks without them having to leave their 401k or move it out of the office 401k.
Exactly, which is amazing, right? And if you want more information, you can go to our website, stonehillwealthmanager.com, book a consultation. We only do it for clients that we have total investment management of over $250,000 of their account. So your 401k IRA brokerage account needs to all be at least that if we're managing it, and we have to like you, which I like everybody. But if somebody has money and they're just a rude person, it's probably not a good fit. What they say, all money ain't good money.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm trying to slow the not. I embrace the graying process. Absolutely, gray is the color of wisdom, but I don't want to make it go prematurely. So all money ain't good money. You got to be a nice person.
Got to be a nice person. So all right. So at a minimum of $250,000, and you have to be a nice person.
You have to be a nice person.
All right. Well, I'm halfway there. And, all right. You kind of touched a little bit on how people can get a hold of you, your website. If someone had more questions about 401k and if they were super nice, how can they reach out to you?
StonehillWealthManagement.com has my email address, a link to book a time, a phone number, background research. You can also find me working out at Lifetime Fitness multiple times a week. Just don't ask me about money while we're working out.
Yeah. And as you can see, let's see, this way over here. Wealth Building Made Simple. That's the name of his podcast, and you can hear it on all the major platforms.
I'm going the wrong way.
There it is. Yeah, this video goes backwards. But that's Phillip Washington Jr., and he will be back next week talking more about your wealth, your nest egg, your 401k, your IRA, your money. And Phillip, appreciate you being here today, and have yourself a great weekend.
You too. Thank you.